Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the elders at GMS, and I also want to say peace and salutations to all you brothers that's out there in sincerity and in truth, pushing the truth. And today I'm going to go into the quick lesson of lending. Alright, pursuant to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 44th verse, in which I just read, it was one of the curses that was going to be placed on us in America, which is going to show a position of servitude. Alright, because loaning does two things. It shows you who's in the power seat, and it keeps you in bonds and in slavery because you're subject to a payment. Pursuant to the book of Baruch. Don't quote me on this. I think it's 4:26, but I could be wrong. Well, basically, that's being subject to a payment or a debt. Alright? And when it says in Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy 28 chapter and the 44th verse, he shall lend unto thee. I looked up the word lend on etymology dictionary, and it took me back to the word loan. It's from the Old English. Alright? And hence a car loan, a mortgage loan, a student loan, and a business loan. This basically shows you who's in a position of power, because the person that loans you something automatically is in a position of power. This is where the mob gets their jobs from, and the mafia, and mainly the so-called white man. They loan things to you just so you can pay off a debt. Hence the World Bank. That's how they function. They put countries in debt, and the countries have to pay off the interest on the debt, which keeps them in a form of poverty, and basically they're like slaves. Alright? And basically, I'm going to read it again. It says, Deuteronomy 28 and 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Another form of the so-called white man lending unto us is student loans, alright, grants, financial aid, welfare, Medicare, Medicaid. And although any race can pretty much get on these programs, they're specifically designed, especially the loans, they're specifically designed to ensnare the 12 tribes. An example would be a car loan. You get a loan and you get approved to get financed on the car. And what happened is the car originally might have been $25,000, but the average Jake doesn't have that type of upfront money. So what Esau would do when Jake gets the car financed, he would not only pay on the car payment, but he'll be paying on the interest of the car payment. So now he's basically in debt. Alright. So he had another example, and the result would be, he ended up paying twice as much as the car valued for. Another example is student loans. You know, in this failing economy, Jake doesn't really want to do manual labor, right? So what happens is he feels that he should educate himself to climb up in this society, so he will get a student loan to go back to school, just to graduate and realize there are no jobs for him. He's going to be the last hired, but he still has these loans that he should pay off. But going back to the original purpose of doing this video, a loan is basically designed to ensnare you and enslave you, and this is basically a manifestation of fulfilling prophecy in Deuteronomy 28 and 44, showing you who will be in a power seat and who is it this lending unto us. Hence, lending tree. It's just another institution that shows you that we're slaves, man. And the key element of slavery is dependency. Alright? The 12 tribes do not know how to function without Esau. Alright? And the proof on that, we're eating out of the mouth of the oppressor, so to speak, when he loans us things. Alright? When he loans us things, we're literally eating out of the mouth of Esau. We're on our knees eating out of his mouth. Alright? You want to get a car, you got to get a loan. That's basically showing you proof that we're still in slaves, man. Alright? I'm sorry, that we're still in slavery. Okay, and no matter what level you are in this society, if you're on the 12 tribes, in the eyes of Esau, you just a fucking nigga, man. You could buy a fur coat, a nice car. You watch shows like MTV Cribs and BET How I'm Living, if that still comes on. And those guys, they either rented those houses or they basically paying a mortgage, man. All right, they still had to go to a bank and get a loan. All right, like in the street, somebody loan you $5. That means you have to pay it back. That's where the word loan comes from. Esau basically loaned it to us, and they kept him, and that keeps him in a position of power. All right, but I'm not going to, keep talking about it. I pretty much hit the point. He should lend unto thee, and the manifestation of that is Esau's institution, where he hands out loans to the 12 tribes. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.